Hello, this is Far Rise, and welcome to Stage 20 of the Calimari Navy experiment. This stage is going to be a little interesting because, as you can see, there's not really a river or even a channel that goes from the base toward the enemy. So I've got one low sky unit out there. We're going to try to hold them off a little bit. I have some of my water units going up towards them, and some of them circling around to the left. And so I've got some black weapons on the front line. Actually, black on the Raven Man and fire on my evil one. And the key is just how much I can take from Thunder. And Thunder's not actually hurting me that much, so... especially with the Healing Plus to restore it, I should be just fine. I'm actually gonna go to weak, I think. And then probably back to strong. So, yeah, that's not bad at all. It sets this unit up to be taken out by pretty much anybody, although unfortunately I don't have anyone at all around besides this unit. Although they may just run away for that. Well, I guess they'll run away because they have no leader. Now I've got a Wyvern unit. I probably should have switched off Black and Strong. Black looks like it did okay there. Fire is not going to hurt him at all, but I guess it won't matter because the white hit all and the ice hit all is going to do some serious damage. And the question is just, can my frontline survive the Dragon Masters? Ouch. Really love that Nixie. And it seems like the weapons I put on them just give them enough strength. Not to mention all the extra turret bumps from abusing world cards a little bit has pushed my stats up higher than average, probably. Now we have a dual cockatrice unit that came in right behind the last one. It'll be interesting to see. No, can't petrify anyone, so this should go pretty well for me without the early petrification of one of my hit-all casters. Because now really all they have left is 2 petrifies and 1 Eagle Man hit. Okay, that was unfortunate. That was the one person I really didn't want petrified. But I'll still easily win with all the hit-alls I've done. So at this point, I guess I'd say this Princess unit is a little overpowered. I don't know, there's probably some unit that will deal with it a little bit better than the last 2 have been. It's just, they've been out pretty much every stage, so they've gotten all of the bonuses I've gotten for turrets. And this unit is going to take it pretty well, because the 2 cold hit-alls and the 1 white hit-all just are not going to hurt gold dragons that much. So I might actually lose this fight. Certainly not going to kill the gold dragons. And I do have black elemental attacks still. Well, actually, this looks like a physical attack on him. I have to check what the slicing sword does. So go ahead, just run right back into that. I'm going to go ahead and record all of the battles here for this princess, I think. Just because it's kind of a nice stand against a bunch of enemy units when it's typically the other way around, where I need to use 2 units to take out one of their units instead of constantly chewing through their units with one of mine. But again, the princess units are pretty atypical of most of my forces, and you know, I may have to retreat after this anyway, because the healing is just not gonna keep up with that. It's already, yeah, I really need, okay. So now that I got the first one down, I think I'll be able to survive, and I should really go to weak at this point, I guess. So, couldn't quite kill them, and I probably am going to go heal now. So I checked, and the enemy units are all either leaderless. Well, the 2 that were there were leaderless or already hurt, so I'm going to go ahead and do one more fight. There are 2 other units coming up, And then probably whether I fight them will depend on if I can heal net positive for this fight or not. And I'm going to keep it on strong. Oh well. I was hoping not to kill him so I could get another healing burst in, but that's not going to happen. So I'll probably... Now you get a chance to see a unit that I reorganized. It's got 3 Dragoners, well actually two Dragon Masters and 1 Dragoner, with the... let's go strong. The Kraken in front. I don't know how it's gonna do. Certainly the cold is not very good. I really should have realized that wasn't gonna fly. So... Slice is definitely gonna do more damage, even though the Dragon Masters have tons better stats, not just because they're a couple levels higher, but the bottom Dragon Master has been kind of brought up from the very start. The middle one has some Terra bonuses, and the one that's still a Dragoner that's, I think it's level 16, the other 2 are 19, has like 30 less strength, maybe 40 less strength, but just doesn't have any of the Terra bonuses. So I'm going to lose this pretty badly, but at least, you know, it shows that they're pretty tanky. So let's go ahead and just bring the next fight in here. And so green, I went ahead and upgraded to Lich. He's a mage that I hadn't had in the last couple of fights, if you're keeping track. So this is going to be a very different battle because we're both going to take a ton of damage. And I think I'm going to go to weak now that I hit the 2 strong guys with pumpkins and I've already taken the Sylph's hit. So the Lich should eviscerate them. And, well, there's some damage anyway. Go back to strong for the pumpkins. I think I'll go back to weak for the Lich. And so it definitely hurt them a lot more this time. It also, you know, really hurt this unit. I'm going to have to head straight back to base. So the question will be, do I head back to base or do I press forward and try to get to the city up here that I can liberate? I got Sardin's unit up against a Dragon Master Gold Dragon combo with 2 Sylphs in the back. So I'm definitely going to go strong to tank the 2 missiles. So it could have been a lot worse. Fire Sword is definitely going to help a lot with that Gold Dragon, and I tank cold pretty well with Fenril and the Kraken. It's unfortunate that their weaknesses are fairly well balanced, so I can't hit all of them, but I definitely do want to kill the Sylphs if I can this fight. But it looks like I won't quite be able to. But definitely going to win this. I might take enough damage that I feel a little uncomfortable fighting it again. But I don't know, I think I would go for it, actually. Alright, I decided not to fight again with the previous unit, just because I have Sluss unit here, which is 100%, so no reason to push it. And I went ahead and put a white ant item on my Siren and back to try to tank those horrific white hit alls a little bit better. And then I have a black weapon on the Kraken. Although I guess the Dragon Master is actually weak to lightning. I don't know if I have too many lightning weapons. I guess I have 1 or 2. I have the Dwarven Sword and the Bizen Sword, I think. I just don't know where those are. I guess I could have taken more time to find them, but it doesn't matter. And unfortunately I have to go chasing after them. I managed to take the town, heal a tiny bit, and there are 2 more units coming up. This will be interesting to see how... Ouch. I deal with the Titans hit all. Okay, so clearly this is not going to work. Alright, there's a little bit of silver lining there, but the next attack from the Muse is going to crush me, so I'm going to have to run away. Alright, I just keep going and shoot the next fight, which will probably be, yeah, so Norn. Then the question here is, can I heal up, so I never got back to the base to get above 90? Can I heal up, or... Well, okay, so that miss probably actually makes the difference. Oh. Okay. Good thing that was a physical attack. That really played into his agility. So now I think... Yes, I think I should be good. Still very close, but I just need to... No? Okay. Well, that was not good. I can recover from it. It just means no double Princess Uber units for the rest of the stage. That could actually be a significant blow. So I'm gonna go ahead and change the leader here and send her back to base. Don't normally show all this, it's kind of boring, but just for continuity, let's go ahead and show this whole battle sequence. Give Green a chance too, and I guess Sardin is over there. I should have moved him back. So this is also not going to be all that awesome for me. I think that's all she wrote there. Alright, I really underestimated what those units would do, so I've got one more unit here to deal with this Princess unit, and if this doesn't work, I'm going to have to boot in my other Princess unit to try to take it out. So, this is not good. They have pretty high resistance, so the one thing is I have a chance of that Dragoner. No, there goes the Dragoner. And at this point, I guess I may as well just retreat and replace the Dragoner with something else that's a little bit stronger. Alright, so let's boot in the Princess. Sure she has no item, always good, and it just, they really don't have anybody who's resistant to cold. So actually, in this weird case, I can use an ice axe. That'll work pretty well against samurai. That's with a flame weapon. But I don't have, just a little bit of strength. Sure, I need some ants anyway. Reduce the damage from... Alright, so let's see if we can deal with them this time.
Write it out.
And hopefully I can, because I just kind of made shambles of that trail. My big mistake there was not just having both of these units in the same place. There's really no reason to try to split my forces. I could have just put all my forces up this way and had both Princess units here. Okay, this is already looking a lot better. But, you know, it's just one of those things where these Princess units are significantly stronger than a lot of the other units. And I guess I should have gone back to strong. Oh well, now it's a little bit of cleanup before the... Alright, finally got a little bit of action on the other front. Tristan is going to do some snow fighting. And with my luck, they'll go first. Nixies do have high agility. Alright, that's pretty much the worst order in which I could go. But I guess I can't complain too much. Could have done a lot more damage. Well, wait, there's one more Nixie. Okay, now I'm starting to look a little bit weaker. But there's no other enemy units here, so I might as well just try to do as much damage as I can. And get someone else to come finish them off. There is a town right there, so I can just go heal. I made a slight miscalculation here. I replaced the princess unit with this vampire unit, and after doing cleanup, I missed this high sky unit. So, kind of got around my princess and all my healing and ridiculously slow octopus units. Well, this is actually working out a lot better than I thought it would. But I only get a couple of attacks besides the Kraken, so I think it's gonna just slowly turn in their favor, even if I'm wearing down their Werewolf in front. Especially since the Dragon Masters are going to get 4 attacks. And I suppose the... Yeah, but it's still not as bad as I thought it would be. And now my lord, or lady I suppose, has to defend the base. I think I've worn them down enough that it shouldn't be an issue. Especially with, yeah, Swath from the lord or lady. Just destroys them. Jihad shouldn't do... Actually, that did more damage than I thought it would. But the Seraphim do have ridiculous ends. This unit is 100 alignment across the board, but I suppose none of them have super high white defense besides my Angel and the Monk, you would think. I feel like Kraken's was fairly high too, but... That's all true. I'm back to the northern front. We're kind of camping the road here, hoping someone would blunder into my naval unit, and they did. So I've got the Relic Sword on the Kraken, hoping to tear up some Titan. It was a nice 1-2 punch. Didn't really hit it much with the Muse, but maybe she's a little unlucky. I think she's also only level 16, so she's a little bit behind where the enemies are level 19. And then I guess Sylph units are really strong against lightning, it seems. But they still are not able to hurt me much at all. So I was just wearing them down with all the hit-alls and the single black attacks. Ouch. That was pretty brutal. And the Kraken, you know, it doesn't have the highest agility, but it's high enough that it can hit the Sylph. Did a little cleanup, and then got another high sky unit coming in. This time I'm trying not to let him get all the way to the base. And I put some ice weapons on here, which I have a lot of in my inventory right now, because this is one of the only units that I can effectively use it against. I guess this and the samurai unit. Alright, now that Jihad is gone, I think I might as well just go to weak. This is going to turn out quite nicely. This is, I think, my highest level unit, which certainly helps out there. 20 to 22, depending on the character. So I'm not going to quite take him out, but more or less. Alright, Tessa's unit got caught on land. I'm thinking their Muse will go first. Yeah, they have a ridiculous amount of agility. So, I should be okay. The Thunder's not going to do much damage. Ow, that did more damage than I thought. Okay, I really need to hit both of them with Firewall. But with healing, I should be okay. I'm just going to lose this fight and have to go heal. Missed it. May as well just stand strong now. So I'll at least weaken them up so somebody else can come do some serious damage. Those gold dragons are pretty rough if you don't have the right thing. I forget what this Kraken has on, but it's definitely not a fire or black weapon. Alright, I'm kind of stuck here with just this low sky unit, because the other Kraken units are kind of slow in coming up. So I went ahead and gave the flame sword to Tristan, or I'm sorry, Debonair here. I'm going to try to just kind of take them out with 4 hits from Debonair. And the cold hit all is probably not going to do very much. Well, actually, it did okay to everybody with the gold dragon. And the heal plus will just keep me in the game. I guess the flame staff I put on Eagleman is just not that good against the Dragon Master. I didn't micromanage it quite that much. I should have looked at he was on the bottom side and given him the Dwarven Sword, I suppose. But it's going to work out well enough. The 2 white hit alls are pretty devastating, but with the 2 heal pluses, it equals out. So they caught one of my units here. I'm going to have to use heal on the Kraken. It just doesn't have enough HP. But I put the Nodo Sword on it, which has +3 Ent and +3 Lightning, so it'll help a little bit, not that much, versus the Muse. Hopefully it'll be enough with the heal all. So yeah, that should be enough, and it's always good to completely miss all of them. That makes up for it some. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for the next Thunder hit all, and now I'm gonna go to weak. Really need that heal. Although I guess actually it's just a gold dragon, so it only has 1 Niflheim. And I really can't hit the Valkyrie. Night falls again, and we finally got some of the Kraken healed up and back into the thick of things from the right front. And we're gonna get self-bombed. Could be worse, I guess. And now we should make the most of the front line. That was pretty rough. I guess it's Yusha, she has high int, even if the gold dragon has very high defense against white. And the only thing this unit is missing is a heal. So I guess I'll have to turn right back around and limp over the land. But the geography on this map just makes it very difficult. Sardin's unit has finally kind of crawled along the ice and gotten back in the thick of it against a fairly difficult unit. Went ahead and put Bolt Orbs. Usually I'm defending against cold in this level, but I'm really worried about the shock versus the Priestess. Although, actually, I probably should have been worried about Swath versus the Priestess. So I'm gonna have to run away. Probably, yeah. I can't take another one of those. So unfortunately that means I'll have to crawl all the way back along the ice and heal again. Alright, I had to bring in my Uber Princess unit to save my ass from this rather unfortunate combination of Muse and Titan. Went ahead and put the Relic Sword on Debonair here. So he's going to take a little bit more magic damage, but less physical damage from Swath. And then of course we have all the healing, so I'm not too worried about how much damage he takes. So that worked out pretty well, although a lot of it is just throwing the Princess unit with a lot of attacks into the fray. Although, I mean, the Titan is still a pretty good counter for the backline here. He obliterates them when he hits. Alright, Tristan managed to pick a unit off here. I was hoping to get more of them so I wouldn't end up with a clump of 4 or 5 like that with the enemy Princess unit coming in, but I was only able to get 2 of them. This is kind of a pesky unit, especially with the evasion the Sylph has. But luckily fire burns all of them pretty well. At least at this point I might as well go to weak with the healing I'm going to unit. And so I'm not going to be able to... Maybe I'll take the Sylph out if I get lucky with attacks. That's about it. But at least I'll weaken it up so it can't just slam into my upper right defense area with 5 units in a row. Because I don't think I could survive that at this point. Although I guess I could boot, or summons plus boot, to solve that. So Sardin's unit just got caught. I really needed to move Norn, or Aisha rather, up to heal him. Which didn't quite get it in time, so I'm gonna have to use 1 heal there before this starts. And I'll probably still have to run away. So I'll just gonna depend on how well I can take Thunder. Okay, I should... Well, I guess the problem is I don't have a heal. I'm used to having the heal. So I really need to kill something to get the last bit of experience. Get that level for Shaman. Yeah, no reason to stick around after that. I probably should have fled before. Alright, I softened up the Muse unit, and now we're gonna see if we can just rock them with the Uber Princess unit, which I don't think should present too much trouble. Just with the levels and Int that the backline has, Thunder's just not going to phase them nearly as much. And might as well go on weak. And I go back on strong for the Thunder. So then, right after this, we have the Princess unit, which is what devastated me before and killed one of my Princess units. So the question is, can I just jump in there and go after that unit, or am I going to have to retreat? I guess with all the healing I've done, I've basically healed all the way back up, so I should be good. So let's just go straight into that fight. And it looks like there's 3 total units, but one of them was severely damaged by Warren when I caught them at the bend before, where the other water units are at. Alright, so this will be the test. And the question is, can I just survive long enough to severely damage them so somebody else... Okay, misses were key, although I'm kind of thinking that the Nixie is the person that I at least want them to hit. But no, I think this is going to work out. Yeah, this is definitely going to work out. I don't know what the big difference was. I thought that before I had much more difficulty with this unit, but maybe I've just gotten a lot luckier on the misses. I mean, certainly the Swath has missed the front line consistently. Let's go ahead and just finish this one sequence here. And I think that actually is probably going to be the end of the random enemies. If I can take these out, it'll just be mop-up enemies. And this is a pretty easy unit to get rid of. For this unit, just because I have the levels on them, it makes being petrified that much harder. And then, of course, if they try to petrify the front line, those guys have some pretty insane agility. Not particularly weak to ice, but she just has such high intelligence. Alright, so I think from this point on, it is mop-up duty in the boss. Here we go, Mizal at midnight. First, we're going to have our sister Yushis start it out, give her a little bit of a guilt trip. This fight is going to be all about putting physical damage on Mizal. And restoring honor to the gods, of course. But, she's got the Titan. So really what we're going to do here is put a bunch of guys like Dragoons, Generals, Dragon Masters, anybody who can do ranged physical damage, and 1 damage, as I expected, with white and ant-based attacks. Okay, that was a little bit more. So really you just need 3 of those attacks. So I've got 2 generals, 2 dragoons. Should be just a couple of fights like that. And I guess I might as well just weaken the front Titan a little bit more. So it'll probably take, I don't know, I'm going for 4 battles maybe? Just depends on the order in which everybody else gets here, I guess. So I do have the low sky unit with the princess that would actually get 2 dragoon blade attacks. I'm going to try not to use that unless I have to, just because that unit is overkill and I want to beat the stage without the princess unit, at least in the boss fight. I need to really stop relying on the princess units as much. I don't totally rely on it, but anytime there's a pinch, they certainly get me out of it, so I gotta make it so some of the octopi can do that too. Well, there really are some strong Kraken units. They just don't have quite the same punch, I guess. Some of the Lich-based units, certainly if I can develop all the Dragon Masters, I think the 3 Dragon Master Kraken unit can be a huge boss killer. Bye-bye level 16 Valkyrie. But I was impressed that the Siren actually did 40 damage against Missile. I guess even if she has really high int, Seraphim have basically 0 resistances except the white. So it shouldn't surprise me that much. So then the other thing that might happen here is if I kill the Titan in front, if there's just so many people in a row, then I may just have the front row take out Mizal, which is not quite as cool, I guess, but it certainly works.
Fight it out.
Nope, came back already, so I don't have to worry about exploiting that. So this might just do it, too. Definitely not as strong as the Dragoon, but the Swath may take out the Lich. It does. I guess I should have gone into strong. But next fight. Then I'll weaken up this front Titan a little bit more, just in case. I guess if I timed it right, I could have, from the previous fight, instead of killing it, I could have retreated right when it had 1 hit on it left, and then tried to use melee attacks to take this all out. But I kind of like this better, using the ranged attacks. Okay, so here's what used to be the 3 Dragon / Dragon Master unit. Now, of course, one of them died earlier, so I had to replace the Dragoner with Nixie. But I think that this will still do the right thing. Well, if they can hit her. There we go. So that stage was harder than I first thought. I kind of started just plowing everything with the Princess units, which was not the right way to do it, because I really need to level up some of those Kraken units a little bit more. I probably won't get much gold this stage, because it just took forever to drag those octopi across the snow. Might be my first 0, actually. Nope. Not 0. But not much. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.